Okay, what's happening, producer and beatmaker family? This is Strat Carter here once again from Strategic Audio, bringing you another new video breaking down one of our latest samples, and this was going to be even more brief than normal. I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that I think is very important when making samples and loops. Just adding that extra touch to give the sample something special. And what I'm talking about is adding that little extra flavor to your samples and loops, and even to your beats, that can take them over the edge and make them seem even more appealing to the listener, to the other producer, or to the artist. In this particular sample, it was actually a fairly simple addition, well, two fairly simple additions. This is a soul sample, as we often make here, and in addition to the melodic elements, there were just two other tracks that we included, and I'm going to show you them all, and I'm going to explain to you why I think they're so important. So, as you probably come to expect, this sample started out with a piano, and I'm just going to play the basic chord progression that I came up with for you to hear. That provides the foundation for the entire thing. So let's check that piano out. So I played that progression on my MIDI keyboard using Piano Tech 8, the stage version, and this is the Grotrian Recording 1 preset. Grotrian is a separate sound bank that you will have to purchase from their site. I think it's a really rich sounding piano, and I just added a basic EQ. I added RC20, one of my own presets that I made. Valhalla Room Reverb, again a preset that I made. And compression. So the next step was the bass, and it basically just follows the root notes of the chord progression. Obviously with the bass, you kind of want it to sound a little bit more natural, like a bass player is actually playing. So in addition to the main root notes, I added some expressive notes within the scale to give the bass a bit more flow. And this is what that sounds like. So believe it or not, that bass is actually a sound font, and this is a little bit of one of my cheat codes. With VST so good now, sound fonts are basically obsolete. It's very rare that you find good sound fonts, but I'll tell you the truth, I found a few pretty good ones that I still use to this day. And when you add the right effects to them, sound fonts can be very, very useful. And actually for that bass, I did nothing more than EQ and compression. Next thing I added was some strings. And these strings, they did not just follow the root notes of the chord. What it did was it created somewhat of a harmony, and I'll play it for you so you can hear. For the strings, I use Analog Lab V or Analog Lab 5, whatever you want to call it. And it's based on the augmented strings VST from Arturia, and for that, really and truly, it was just EQ and compression, nothing major. Next up was some vocals, essentially like some soulful background singers, based on a preset from Omnisphere that I tweaked, and this is what that sounds like. Alright, so the final melodic element is a guitar, and I played that live on my extremely sketchy Stratocaster. It's based on a Stratocaster design, but it's basically a guitar that was cobbled together with parts, but it works for what I need it to work for. And that was real simple. The only effects I use, a basic equalizer and a Waves CLA Guitarist plugin. So now the important thing that I wanted to add, and what I think makes this sample or any sample loop rise to the next level is adding elements that are not necessarily melodic, but accents and effects or even percussion that make it sound as though it's part of an actual song, part of a record. Yeah, it's really cool to have great melodies, but if you look at the way producers have been sampling in hip hop and other genres for years and years and years, they don't always have the luxury of sampling just a plain melodic part of a song. Sometimes the part they want to sample has drums all over it, has vocals all over it, percussion, whatever. And adding these little elements to a sample can just take it over the edge and make it so that whoever is listening to it can latch onto it. So in this case, all I did was I added some chimes and I added a live hi-hat, both of them using sound fonts. So when I play the full sample, you're gonna hear all of the melodic elements and you're gonna hear the live hi-hat, the live sounding hi-hat and the chimes. And then I'll play everything for you with a full set of drums, and that's basically it. Also, before I play the full sample, if you're liking this, feel free to drop a like, feel free to subscribe. Growing the channel, trying to get it to at least 100 subscribers before the end of the first quarter of this year. So we'll see, how that works. Yeah, so I think that sounds great. If I played it without the chimes and the hi-hats, it would sound good, but I think they add quite a significant texture or energy to it. Sometimes the simplest thing is what gives you the edge. So here is the full sample along with some drums to give you the effect of how it would sound if it were a full beat. So that's it. This has been a breakdown of a sample from one of our newest loop kits. The name of the loop kit is Beyond Limits 2. You probably would have seen that at the very beginning where I put the preview. And there is a free version, a link in the description to get the free version of Beyond Limits 2 right now from the Strategic Audio Shop website. There's also a premium version. If you're really feeling it, feel free to get the premium version. That will be very, very much appreciated. Helps us out a lot. Again, please, if you do like the video, like and subscribe. And I will try my best to continue making informative, perhaps helpful, entertaining content on this channel in 2023. Happy New Year to everyone. This is my first video of 2023. And I hope you enjoy. Again, free download for this loop kit, Beyond Limits 2, link in the description. Peace.